Hey guys, Tony here, CCxRC, and on the bench we have the ZD Racing 10423. It is the Thunder. It is a four-wheel drive brushless Truggy 1/10 scale from ZD Racing. This was sent to me by Gearbest to do a review. It is something that I specifically requested because of the price point, and there's a lot of people looking to get into this hobby at a lower price point. And so at about $165, you can get into this thing with a brushless motor, four-wheel drive, and a 1/10 scale vehicle. So that's pretty promising. We'll go ahead and we're going to open it up, take a look at it, what it comes like in the box, and then what you get underneath the hood here. So we're going to look at it right after the break. Alright guys, well I hope you're excited about this new part of the program I've been doing called Let's Look at the Box. As you can see how it's been shipped, it's nicely taped up, and this is coming all the way from China, and I would say overall it looks pretty good. They've gone ahead and made their own box here. Got my slip on the top, which we'll try not to show you guys with all the address and all that info. Yeah, there we go. So they've added some padding in here. Dun, 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 dun. Let's just say none of your money was wasted on the packaging. There's one sticker graphic here on the side, and that's what tells you what we're getting. So we're getting the ZD Racing 1/10 scale four-wheel drive electric Truggy. It's the brushless motor, ready to run. It's supposed to have a waterproof brushless motor in here. I believe it's 3300 kV. We'll try and look in there and get a closer look. Let's look a little closer at the box here. What do we got? Gives a little bit of idea of the piston diameter size, 13 millimeter. Talks about the power smelted differential gears. A slipper clutch, and then it's going to show the solid transmission that it's running here. Nice metal shafts, and a super large swerving, I guess. I don't know, we'll see what this is. So I don't think this one is actually opened by customs because the packaging seal is still intact. Now it feels like I have this upside down, so we'll flip it over. Oh yeah. Oof, things are crashing down all around. Let's go ahead and just unbox this thing straight away. Controller sitting underneath the car in here, as well as the instructions and everything. Ta-da! Alright, let's look at it all. There it is, guys, all unboxed for you, ready to take a look at it and see what we've got in this box. Again, nothing too frilly about the boxing. There's just a white box with a sticker telling you what was inside. They checked off which vehicle it was. So again, this one I chose because I wanted to see it for you guys, because it only costs $162 on Gearbest when I was looking at their cars, and I thought, hey, that's something that's affordable, brushless, and four-wheel drive. So I had some good luck with one of the ZD Racing. The other one I accidentally put into a puddle and killed really before I got any runtime with it. It was feeling really good though until I did, prematurely kill it because it was not waterproof. Hey Indy, the kitty's coming to see what we've got going on. Ooh, you got something in your eyes. Little crusties. Alright, so let's do a quick look here at the manual. It's got like a glossy cover to it. It's going to be pretty much the same thing you get with most. It's going to have parts diagrams and explosions and all of that. Tells you how to drive it, which is great if you're a beginner to this, which this would be a great car probably for somebody new because of the price point and what you're getting. So here's the explosions on how to work on things. But overall looks, pretty decent. It's what you need. A few extra little gears in here, plastic ones, some zip ties, and some double-sided tape. Alright, let's get that out of the way. We'll go next to our charger, which again is an EU style adapter, so you'll have to get the US plug adapter if you're in the US. Not a big deal, very inexpensive on Amazon to get those. And this will do a 1, 2, or 3 cell, basically 2 or 3 cell battery. So yeah, anyway, that is that. The controller, like the other ZD Racing ones, not fashionable, but very practical. Works. Actually feels pretty decent in your hand. Kind of a foam grip on the wheel. On-off is on the back. We've got steering dual rates here, throttle trim and steering trims. And then you've got reverses for both your steering or your throttle if your motor, whatever's wired up backwards. And on the bottom, it looks like we just take 4 batteries. It has slots for 6, but only 4 of them are actually working. So you might have to put pads in there to keep the batteries in place. We'll see how that works. But that is a controller. It's got the little top on here. Not a fan of a whole lot. I don't know actually what this does up on the top. I might have to look. Let's go ahead and look at what that does. 3 is a 3rd channel switch. So if you put something on the 3rd channel, you'd be able to operate it using that switch. Alright, but everybody really wants to take a look at this guy right here. This is the Thunder. The body, well, let's just say it doesn't line up very well with the chassis here. There's kind of a gap. You can see the battery. This is used for multiple cars, this particular platform, and then they're swapping out the bodies that look like based on the box. So you've got pretty grippy tires with foams in them. Pretty small hexes on these. The body feels alright. Little kind of just add-on flip fin here. It's just a piece of plastic that's screwed on. We'll see how that does. Not too worried about it. If we take off the body clips, we can get a better look at what's really important underneath here. The shocks actually feel pretty good. Alright, so here is the chassis. It's completely plastic. So that isn't necessarily a bad thing. We'll see how it does. Unlike the Bison and some of the others, probably the way that it's attached here is going to be a little bit stronger for landings, even though it is plastic. The way the Bison is set up, you get a lot of torque on that point there. It does have a chassis brace that runs across it. While it is plastic, it does help stiffen it up some. It does have these like standoffs in here that are metal, but that doesn't really matter a whole lot. What else do we have here? Let's look in a little closer at the car. So we've got our battery tray here. Underneath is going to be a 2-cell LiPo battery, I believe. It's using Dean's connectors. I don't like these kind of adapters. Actually, this is even wonkier. So this is using these plugs that can pull in and out here, banana clipped to your LiPo battery, which is actually kind of a nice thing about batteries, but it's weird how you have to do it through the chassis brace. That's kind of strange. So I hope that doesn't limit us on batteries. So it's a 2400 milliamp hour, 7.4 volt, 2S LiPo, 25C battery. Feels like that. It's pretty lightweight. Again, the kind of annoying thing is having to go into here every time to put your battery in your car is just a bit strange. I might flip it around and see if it actually fits the other direction here. The negatives in the right way and see if it'll go this way. Alright, so that's what I would do. I would just flip it around the way that they have it in. It still connects, so we're good. So I would just recommend that if you do get this car, you can run the battery with the leads going to the backside and it fits just fine. Alright, so up to the front here, this is where it was talking about that steering, ultra steering. It does have quite a bit of turning radius, I'll give it that. So in here, it's again a plastic arms onto your servo that sits on the top here. It's a 45 amp ESC, so it's not very big. I might try and do 3S in here, we'll see. We'll definitely run it on 2S, see how it does and how it feels. It is a brushless motor in here. It says it's a T3650 3300 kV waterproof brushless motor that'll do 50 kilometers an hour, and so we'll give that a test. We'll also do a little speed run on it. Getting back to the vehicle, we can look. It's got like sway bars here on the back, just kind of for help with stiffening to help keep the car from wanting to roll in corners. So that's nice. The shocks are adjustable. They are plastic, but they are screw down adjustable for precision tuning versus the clips. So we'll have to look at that. They are oil filled and they're smooth. Again, coming around here, we've got the motor that's brushless, like I said, and to the front you've got the little sway bars as well. All of the arms are plastic. There is not adjustability really. The shocks have one that they can come over here, and then there's 3 spots at the top for kind of being able to adjust your shocks to get your ride height set how you want it. Other than that, there's not really a lot of adjustability stock for this, but you know, most of these pieces are adjustable in that you can get other ones that'll clip on here that are adjustable, like a Traxxas. So that is not the worst thing for those links on there. Again, it does have metal dog bones, which I prefer. I really like dog bone. Really easy to fix if you have issues. That's both front and rear. No, that's not true. The rear are dog bones, but the front look like a CVD of some kind. They're a little bit different on the front. Again, that's not terrible. It's still metal, and so maybe not as easy to work on as the rears, but it'll be just fine. Plastic shock towers, so it's durability wise, not sure. You know, I say that everybody wants to have metal, aluminum upgrades. Everybody's flaunting and taunting all the metal parts that they put on their cars, and all I can say is that I have a lot of metal vehicles, and they're bent, and they're sitting on my bench right now because I have to go in and try and bend them back. If it's plastic, it either snaps or it just flexes and comes back to the spot it was at. So I'm not necessarily against plastic. Traxxas uses a bunch of plastic parts, and their cars are tough as nails. So I'm not going to write it off. It all depends on the quality of the plastic, and that's what we'll have to wait and see about with this vehicle. Alright guys, that's a quick look at the ZD Racing 10423. It is the Thunder. It is their 1/10 scale Truggy, 4-wheel drive, brushless. Overall, most of this, like I said, is going to be plastic components in here, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's not going to be durable. So we're going to take this out, we're going to do some runs with it, we'll get some speed for you, and then we'll also do a bashing session with this. So be on the lookout for that. I just wanted to get something in here that was a little bit in the lower price point for people that are looking to get in sub $200, but still have a brushless motor. There's a lot that you get for the price point of this. It's quite actually shocking that you get as much as this has for $162 from just the quality of the rubber on the tires that you've got here, just the overall build quality of it, and the brushless components. So overall, I'm hoping that this one is really cool and that it'll run really good for you guys. So we'll get it out this week and we'll give it a test for you. How's that sound? Thanks for tuning in, guys. As always, have fun RCing, and we'll catch you next time.